Good evening, Instagram. How are you? Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I will be having Miss Kim Seabrook on the live. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jesus, my hand is itching. Oh, ain't nobody came on yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and. One thing I hate about phones, it takes forever to get logged in. Mm-mm-mm. I hate it. How do you turn off these notifications? I'll have to figure it out one day. Boy, please. Stop sending me stuff. Oh, weird. Hey, Minnesota girl, how are you? How you feeling today? I hope you're feeling better. Oh my goodness. Hey, cool. Oh. How are you, cool brand? I hope everything is all as well. I'm just waiting on my interview to come on through. Harlem is good looking. I hate notifications, guys. Stop sending me notifications. Don't you see me on my live? If you have not seen me on my live, then what I want you to do is to follow. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm fine. I'm on live now.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. All right. That's good, Brand. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, guys. Oh no. See, somebody want to get blocked today. I am not in that grateful mood. I don't want to block nobody. That is keep calling my phone. Stop calling. Hey, good looker. Ladies and gentlemen, this young lady here, I wanted to say she's from Queens, Bronx. I'm sorry, the Bronx. She been through so much, and she also study a lot. Seabrooks. I got her. I'm bringing her on now. Hi, Kim. How are you,
Hello.
beautiful?
I'm
How
doing
you feel?
amazing. How are you?
Rough day, but I made it. That's all I
Uh,
can say. We
I
had a
hear
rough
you.
day,
I
but we
totally
made it through.
understand. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So, I got to get down to the nitty gritty.
Yes.
Now, you're a hip hop artist. Before you got started, I'm going to ask you this here. What is the true meaning of your hip hop world?
Well, I don't know if I'm a hip hop artist. I am influenced by hip hop. But so my poetry is more on the hip hop influence, I would say. So
Yes, yes. And not only that, who's your biggest influence in this hip hop industry? I mean, we have so many legends in this world. So, who is your big influence the most?
I mean, it really goes. There's a lot that I can give my respect and my my love to as far as the inspiration. MC Light, I would give one too. She was definitely a huge inspiration growing up. As far there's just so many. The list goes on and on and on.
I trust me, I already now. I would love to talk about your memory lane book, your poetry book. How did you get started?
Well, the poetry book was supposed to be done a very, very long time ago, but everything is, divine timing, I guess. You know what I mean? So
God's
it's out when
time.
it needs
Yeah.
to be out, when I'm like really healed, when I'm able to help and heal others. So yeah, now it's out and ready for the world to see. It's doing really well, so I'm excited about this journey.
That's understandable because you know what? It took me a long time just to get back to where I have because I was telling you I was in a domestic abuse and it felt like my ex-husband took my voice away from me. But what expresses you when you was going through the trials and tribulations of an abuse that you were in?
You said what expresses me?
Yes, when you was going through the trials and the tribulations of the abuse that you were in, because I read your bio
Uh-huh.
and
Well, as far as I don't know what you mean exactly by what expresses me, but what helped me get through it was poetry. So that was my form of therapy. And being that I seen that it also was a powerful tool to help other people, I knew that that was the career that I wanted to choose, not just as a career, but as a gift to help other people.
yes, and
Hmm.
not only that, you said that you felt like you were closed in through your abuse time. Tell me, when you had expressed it and when you had did the poetry, how did you get it started before you found out you was in an abusive relationship? How did that started when you was writing poetry? What age did you start writing poetry, should I
Oh,
say?
I've
I'm
been
sorry.
writing for a very long time, even through elementary school. So even as a young girl, I would like change hip hop songs, certain rap songs, and put it into my own form. But the first poem that I actually did on stage was "Thankful for the Pain," which is in my book, and it
Yeah.
expresses an abusive relationship that I went through. And it expressed how I got through it and how I'm thankful for the pain. So that was the first thing that I did on stage, with which also talks about abortion, and a lot of people don't talk
Oh,
about those things. So yeah, so yeah.
wow, you had an abortion at what age?
Uh, that's a good question. Let me see. My son was already probably like 6 or 7 to about 28, maybe something like that. Hmm.
Oh, wow. See, that was the age that I had my first abortion. I said never again because I held a lot of women telling myself, yeah, this is my seventh, this is my eighth. And I'm looking like, this is my first. And these women talking like it's been yesterday. But yes.
Yeah, definitely can't judge what other women do and why they do it for. I know the reason that I had to do it. I already had my
Right.
son, and I knew that if I stood and had this baby, I would have to continue and deal with this abusive relationship. I also felt like I wouldn't have been a good mother to my son. I felt like I would probably have him being, having to look after my child. There was so many different things that I was going through in my head, and the main thing is that I really didn't feel like I was going to be a good mother because I was not happy during that pregnancy in the beginning. So that was the choice that
And
I
that's
had to
the
make.
same thing. And that's the same thing with me. Like I had when I aborted my babies, it was a set of twins.
Mm,
And I'm like, no, not happening. And then here comes 6 months later, here come my daughter. So I'm like, you know what? That's
mm.
it. I'm gonna go ahead and have her. And then, from that point on, I'm glad I kept her because now she's doing bigger and better things in the lifetime that I experienced. But And I would love to see how can people could get your book. I know I put it out there, but for others to see and show about it, about it, tell a friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
How?
My book is available on Amazon.com. It's on Walmart.com, Target.com. What else? Barnes and Noble, if I didn't say that already. Yeah. So quite a few different outlets.
Yes, and not only that, I was worrying about your book. I just bought the book today. I
Oh,
just went
thank
on
you.
Amazon.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
said, you know what? I gotta get this book. I have to support my sisters. You know, we don't have enough support in our life because everybody's so bent on the negativity and not bent on the positivity. So, in the sisterhood,
I will disagree with that. Maybe some people don't, but I definitely have a really huge community who definitely supports me. I think I already sold about 200 books within the few months that I've already been out. It's even sold in UK, but my community definitely helps me out when I need them. They're there,
mhm,
2 steps, grounded, boots on, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, so thank you. I'm thankful for my community.
I know that's right. And not only that, your book is like a bio. When I seen the little paragraphs, I'm like, this is her bio she's writing. She wrote a poem about your bio. And I was like, that is so deep because not too many people does that, you
Hmm.
know. But when I read the little small script in the little back of the book, I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is an amazing. You are an amazing woman.
Thank you.
You
Thank
are such
you.
an amazing woman. And I also tell a lot of people, you know, get something that you're interested in. And I see your interest not only with the hip hop world,
Hmm.
but also in your poetry.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, and it's like I said, not too many of us could do that. And I was like,
Hmm.
wow. So if you can you say a little, like, give me about 6 lines, 8 lines of your poetry that you can think of?
Sure. Which one I want to do? Jay Funkadelic is in the building. Which one you want me to do, Jay Funkadelic? Let's see. I don't know. I just do so many to think of. Let's do Home Sweet Home, New York City. Home of the Empire State Times Square Statue of Liberty. Home of hip hop, fashion, culture, and creativity. Home of the rich residing in a penthouse with an overview of the city. Home of the poor, residents unknown praying for a possibility. Home of the influence, bad behavior, and negativity. Home of the women who are proud of their ethnicity. Home of the man irresistibly secure in his masculinity. But yeah, that's Home Sweet Home, New York City. You can actually see a visual on YouTube for that. There's more. I didn't finish it, but yes, that's Home Sweet Home.
I love that point. And you know what? I love New York. I've been there couple of times. Matter of fact, the first time I've been out there, I went to go to New York to the JFK just to go to New Jersey and not knowing that I could have I could have caught the bus there to get to New York, but you know, I was in a rush. I wanted to go to New Jersey so bad, but then I got lost. Now the second time around, right, and the second time around was this past July. They had the reunion of the hip hop world. All
Mhm.
the legends was there, and wow, it was like how can I explain it? It was all legends from DJ Red Alert,
Nice.
Silver Fox, Chucky Chuck, Mike D.
Mhm.
All of those guys I used to listen to back in the 80s, the 70s, and the 80s. And then here I am today meeting these guys like,
Oh.
wow, you know, it's like, it amazes me because it's like, wow, I'm with the legends in the hip hop world. Someone I always looked up, listening to their
Nice,
music,
nice.
rhyming with their music. So,
Mhm.
you know, and when they came together, I was like, this is beautiful. And I was in Queens, New York. And that's when I met Mr. DWHIT. And I was like, hey, how are you? You know, he was like, go ahead, introduce yourself. You body champions. You do a lot of podcasts and go ahead. So he gave me that boost. And I want to say thank you, DeWhite,
for giving that boost and then giving me a voice. Because
No.
now I'm here with you because I asked him, I'm like, hey, is any females that I need to know? Because I want to put it on my podcast.
You're talking
And he
about
was like,
DWHIT?
yes. So no shout out to DWHIT. And I
Yeah,
know I'm
shout out
trying
to
to,
DWHIT.
man,
I did,
amazing.
yes, I was in his play Ghetto Chronicles, which is a very,
Oh,
very powerful musical. So it's sure he'll be coming back out with it again in the next few months or so. But yes, you guys need to follow DWHIT presents
yeah.
the Ghetto Chronicles musical. Very, very powerful. I would definitely still be in it today if I didn't have so many things going on in my life. I just couldn't commit to times and things like that. But definitely an amazing production they
And
put together.
will this play be on any
I don't know. You got to ask
platform?
DeWitt. I'm no longer in it, so you got to interview DeWitt about that. But I just wanted to give him his flowers
Look,
and his
I do.
thanks and his and my gratitude for being a
Yeah.
part of his production.
And how do you and DeWitt meet up together? Like, how did he ask you, or how did it
Someone
happen? How did
referred me
you?
to audition for his musical, and that was it. And I got in it, and yeah.
And there you have it.
Hmm.
Now I will love it. And like I told DeWitt about this. He needs to spread it all across throughout the United States to show people, those plays.
Hmm.
And I told him, I said, come to Chicago, come to Chicago. He's like, if I could find somebody who knows the promoter, and then we'll get you guys out here. I'm praying that people can come and, support and show up and show out,
Hmm.
even though it's not enough people on here, but it's okay because numbers don't, I don't even worry about the numbers anymore. I used to like, this, but now it's like it's going to come when it can.
Right.
So, yes.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so let me ask
Hmm.
you more I want to know everything about you, Kim. I mean, I read your book,
Hmm.
I studied your bio, and it's more. It's like I have to grab it like a rope, and I'm like, I gotta get her more.
Hmm.
So tell me. So I would like to know
Hmm.
everything. You're from the Bronx,
Yes.
New York, Bronx.
Yes.
Not Queens, the Bronx. It's New York,
No, I am
Bronx.
not from. There's no Queens, the Bronx. There's. You're too cute.
And
You're too cute, Bonnie. Okay, so yes, I am in the Bronx. There's 5 boroughs in New York City: Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Staten Island. And I represent the Bronx. So I represent New York in general, but I am born and raised in the Bronx, and that is my hometown. So I'm a poet. I'm a mentor for those on the spectrum. Those who know what on the spectrum is, they are those who are autistic. I do poetry
mm-hmm.
workshops with them. I mentor, I do things just like socialize, and just interact with them on a regular level, like how we having a conversation now. And just
Right.
they're my family, they're my friends, and that's what I do. That's something else that I do. I'm a mother of a 23-year-old who is also a rap artist himself and doing amazing. And I'm super, super, super proud of him. I
Wow.
am a daughter. I am a teacher. I also do my own poetry workshops throughout New York and online. And I am going to start again in person in Brooklyn in the next couple of weeks for teens
Okay.
who have had, teens who are
Depression.
teens who are, who have went through some things. So I have a little friend here who's trying to say hi to you. But I don't want him to start barking. But that's
Well,
he's,
I have one too. He's somewhere around here. Once he hear a dog bark,
he's
he
so
gonna go on that
nosy.
cute
He's gonna
furry
hurt
baby.
himself. Stop. So so I have a poetry workshop that I'm excited to start back again in person. I already do with the younger kids elementary school in Harlem. Shout out to
Yeah.
Social Butterflies. They hired me to work with the young ones, and now I got again to work with the teenagers. What else? What else do you want to know?
Oh, this is when you spoke about the MAATH, the
Mm-hmm.
math,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm dealing with my grandson because he's only 5 years old and he's artistic, and I'm like, wow,
Okay, so wait, let
I'm
me
trying.
let me interject. So math is not my workshop. Math is a workshop that I started before my career with Chip Fu of the Foodsnickens, who is a rap artist, and that's his
Mhm.
workshop, which is music, arts, appreciation, time, and healing. When I started my career, I knew that I wanted to have workshops throughout schools and things like that. And when I had met him at the radio show that I was hosting and producing with Della, my friend of mine, Della, keeping it 100. He came on, we
Mhm.
spoke. I told him exactly the same, what I wanted to do and what my vision was. And he gave me the opportunity to start working with him in his workshops in Brooklyn. And that's how that started.
Wow.
So yes,
Wow.
that is just with regular teens in the high school. That has nothing to do with the autism aspect. That's a totally different situation.
Situation. Right.
Hmm.
Right. Because when I read that, I was like, wow, she dealt with something I'm going through with my grandson. And it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, I know it ain't easy because
Hmm.
I dealt with artistic when I was volunteering at a grammar school. And I had to retrain myself as though my son was that age. And I'm like, you know what? Let me regroup, let me retrain, and let me see how well this will work. And so far, some of those kids, I didn't know they were artistic until I was told they were artistic.
Right.
And they was asking me, you should become a teacher assistant or a teacher. And I told them, I said, it's the patience that I have.
Hmm.
I do it because I love kids, but it's the patience with the teachers themselves.
Mm.
Grown folks act like they, you know,
Hmm.
got on the yellow small bus, but now on the yellow big bus. And, I'm like, I'm not going to, no, I'm just only doing this because of the kids. I'm not doing this because of you.
Hmm.
I'm doing it because the kids need to learn how to get retrained, get regrouped. Because some kids can't catch everything, So
Right.
this is why I had told the teacher, and the principal was like, I understand that what you want through with the teachers, but what about the kids? I don't mind, and this is what I told them. I never did have a mind. I love to work with kids,
Right.
because I dealt with it in my past. So now, since I deal with my grandson, it's like, okay, what do we have here?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's why when it caught my attention when you said you help the artistic children.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
So I have children and then I have also young adults. So I work with both those who are autistic. And some are high functioning, some are not high functioning. The thing is that they don't need to learn to live in our world. We need to learn to live in theirs. And once we
yeah,
have that, then it'll be a lot easier for them to deal with uncomfortable situations and
yeah.
things like that. So yeah.
So what was the best method to use when you deal with an artistic child?
Like I just told you. So you learn to live in their world versus us having to have them adjust and adapt to our world.
That sounds so easy, but I bet you it could be a little harder than what it is. But I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that term. I'm gonna
Hmm.
keep your advice.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to use it. It's like, because I feel sorry for my grandson. Like,
Well,
baby,
I don't know the depths of your grandson's autistic, situation, whether he's high functioning or not, but they're super smart. They're
really,
artistic. They have great skills. The issues that I found are socializing, and that's it. But once you get
yeah,
comfortable with them, and once you again get into their world, see what they like, how they like it, how they think, and then you will adapt to them, and they will adapt to you because you are understanding who they are.
exactly. And a
There's
lot
no
of
need
people
to feel
get
bad for them. If you feel bad for them, you're restricting them from growing. So there's no need to feel bad. You encourage
right,
them and tell them you are just like me, if not better. That's all. No need to feel bad, because
right,
then that's like it. That's like feeling bad for me because I was in an abusive relationship. There's no need to feel bad. Look at me now. Look at where I'm at. We move past that. We teach on how to accept who we are, the things that we've been through, and how we could go forward. So yeah, there's no need to feel
yeah,
bad for your grandson.
yeah,
Encourage
yeah,
him. Find out what his strengths are. Find out what he likes, and encourage him to do that, to work on it.
yeah. Instead of him getting mad, and I tell him, don't get mad. Ain't nothing to need for you to get mad. And he gets so frustrated. If something doesn't go right, he gets frustrated and he starts throwing things. And I'm like,
Mm,
no, baby, that's not the way we can do things. And he was like, but
mm,
grandma, help me. And I help him. And I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. This
mm-hmm.
is how we're going to do it, you know. So
Right.
he has that intent and he is well spoken, very smart, very intelligent. But it's just now I'm getting to the chance of helping him write his name, getting the chance to,
There you go.
tell
So
him,
yeah, so there's no need to feel sorry for him. You just encourage him. That's
right,
all you got to do. Don't feel sorry for him because you're gonna restrict him. So encourage, 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 and show him how amazing he is. That's what you do. You don't need to feel sorry.
yeah, I know. He don't know I feel sorry
I
for
know, I know, but he
It's
might,
the grandmother,
he
right?
might, he might sense it. You'd be surprised what they know.
Yeah, and he tell me, Grandma, you okay? I'm like, yes. He like, Grandma, is it sleepy time? And I said, no, it's not sleepy time. He said, but Grandma, if it's not sleepy time, why are you asleep? And I'm like, wow. That caught my attention. I'm like, okay, Grandma's up. I'm watching TV with you. We're doing things together. We're cooperating. I'm teaching him how to write his name. So, and I've been doing that ever since he was 4 years old. And I told him, we got to learn how to write your name. And he said, Grandma, I am. And that's the only thing that was his words, like, Grandma, I am. And he always said that. And now when I talk to him, it's like, wow, you know big words now. So it kind of shocked me, like, oh, you talking poorly now. It's no
Exactly.
more Grandma, I am. It's
Good.
now Grandma, no money,
Mm-hmm.
no car, no money, no bathroom, no money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay, so now we're using no money, no car. And I told him, no money, no right. And so that's what
I'm
I'm
sorry. I'm just
getting.
saying hi to the people in the chat. Hi, my flautista. That's Rashid Ali. Amazing flautista. Jay Funkadelic. He's amazing. Diamond. Hello, everybody. Just want to say thank you for tuning in. But yeah,
Yes.
but that's awesome. Yeah.
And when I asked him, I'm like, why do you keep saying no money, no car? I said, baby, this is a free world.
Mm.
You can go to the washroom. You don't need no money to go to the washroom. And he said, Grandma, no money, no washroom.
I hear
No
you.
money. And I'm like, okay. So I give him a quarter. And he said, okay, Grandma, I got to go to the washroom.
Okay.
And I'm like, and he said, Grandma, you got another quarter? I said, look in your bank and take that quarter. It's the same quarter that I put in. He takes that same quarter and he takes it out. So it's like his mind frame is developing now, because for what I was understanding is he's a premature baby. And when most premature babies, their mind is a little, not too fast. It's like
not
a little
developed.
slower than normal. Right. And I'm like, okay. And then that's when I found out that my grandson had autistic. And I'm like, wow.
But yeah, so.
Yeah, so he's slowly writing. He's slowly coming together. So I'm glad of that.
Yes, blessings on that.
Yes, because that's one thing that most premature babies, and he was not fully developed because his mother had him at 6 months. So by then, it's like, I always tell her, read a book, listen to the music, read to the baby. And she told me, she said, Mama, that's all I've been doing. I've been reading. And I said, well, maybe you did a whole lot of reading
Mm-hmm.
and you were going to school, and she had straight A's. She was pregnant with my grandson, and she was still graduated from high school. So I'm proud
All
of
right,
her.
then
I'm
I want to get back. I respect your son, but I do want to get back into the book, and let's get back and your
yes,
grandson. And I
yes,
wish many blessings. Yes.
yes. And when I read that part, I was like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's so amazing. You are
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank
Once
you. Thank
again,
you.
you
Thank you.
are
I try.
amazing.
I try. I just, I'm happy for the path that I went through to lead me here and to be able to be a blessing to others as they are a blessing to me at the same time. So, and that goes for
Yeah.
everybody, those on the spectrum, those off the spectrum. Like I said, I have a huge support system, and I'm thankful and honored.
And I'm thankful for you for to come on out. And I want to say now, you talk about in your book, you wrote about the privacy of your life.
Hmm.
I'm not going to say the mess. I'm going to say privacy of your life.
I mean, that's
Now,
not the only thing I talk about. I talk about social justice and justice. I talk
right, I was
about
going to say,
things that men go through. I talk about mental health. I talk about sexual assault. I talk about love. I talk
yes,
about quite a few different things. So the book is definitely not all about domestic violence. I think there's only one poem that relates to that. And so it's a variety for men and women. So yeah.
and I also seen the one you wrote about for teenagers. I was like, oh my God, my
Which one?
daughter.
Which one is that?
Um,
Yes, Justice for All, Jay Funkadelic.
no, I believe it's justice for all because
Mm-hmm.
we need the justice. We
Mm-hmm.
need to hear our voices. People need to express their feeling like you did, especially with the womanhood, teenagers going through depression,
Mm-hmm.
teenagers that killing one another. I love that.
Jay
I
Funkadelic, yes, I
love
did.
that.
I'm Liddy. I'm Liddy. He's messaging us in the thing. Yes, I'm Liddy, which is a children's song that I did too. That one's not in the book, but yes, thank you for bringing that up, Jay Funkadelic. Yes, that's Jason Conti. But yeah,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I have a range of things, which that's what's so great about the book because it can touch many different people, not just women. I'm
Exactly.
an advocate for my community, not just for women. I have a 23-year-old black son that I'm raising out here in the Bronx, so I have to make sure that I inspire him as well. So,
Exactly.
hmm
Beautiful as you are.
thank
And I
you.
said, I almost keep saying it, beautiful as you are.
Thank you, thank
You
you.
know, us women been through so much drama,
Hmm.
so much trials and tribulations, but we have to seek the main source. We see our brothers getting killed every single day, young
Mm-hmm.
and old.
Yeah.
We see that. We see that the rap artists, and I'm going to ask you this, how do you feel about the intimidation that, what's her name, Shaquila? I want to say Shaquila Robinson, who just
Hmm.
lost a
Hmm.
beautiful queen. What was your outtake when you first heard that?
Well, I mean, I just think it is absolutely ridiculous. Hi, Kiana. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Miss Willis, Kiana. Yes, I'm definitely going to let you know where I am. I have the book. You can get it on Amazon, Target.com, Walmart.com. It's called Memory Lane, Reminisce with Me Through Healing Poetry. Kim Goodluck Seabrook. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of tragedy that's happening, and clearly, I don't involve myself in letting all this negativity soak into me because then I can't continue to live a prosperous day and a prosperous life. So
Right.
I pay attention to what's going on, but if you won't really see me reposting things like that. However, I am available if needed for anything to assist anybody in a situation that I am. But I don't like to basically, like I said, soak myself into negative energy. So it's a horrible situation. Obviously, it shouldn't have happened, and I hope that justice will definitely be served.
Yes. Yes, and that from what I'm understanding, one person did get caught. I'm not sure if that's true or false, but my prayers goes out to her family. My prayers go out to Takeoff, family. It's been such a huge, major loss in the industry. And I wanted to say, sister, I wish your book came out from that time, I want to say from 2020, because, man, I think a lot of women, a lot of men, a lot of youth should have your book.
Yeah, well,
And if you
somebody's
are,
asking in the chat if you could see the messages when people are typing. I hope it's Kiana. I'm sorry, Miss Willis, Kiana Willis.
oh yeah, Kiana Willis. Hey, Kiana,
Yeah,
how are
she
you?
says, sliding back to the beauty of this live, what encouraged you to write the book? So I'll give you some history. I have a soundtrack called Memory Lane that I did a couple of years ago back, about 6, maybe almost 7 years already, maybe around 6, something like that. And it's titled Memory Lane. And as an artist, you always critique yourself. So I was like, I just want to do it over again. But I never actually did the soundtrack over again. So I decided to do the book, which the book needed to be, I wanted to make years ago. However, it's just meant to be brought out now at this time, especially with where I'm at in my life, mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that I have the opportunity to heal and help other people as poetry helped and healed me. So if you notice,
Yeah,
after every poem, there is a line page with a question for you, the reader, to actually become a writer. So after my poem, you can choose to reflect on my life and what I said, something that may have triggered you, hit you, or maybe you know someone who experienced something and you want to write about it. The point is to go down memory lane, reminisce, so that you can start having a better day today. That is the whole goal. A lot of times we tend to block what we went through in the past, but we really need to hit what it is that's bothering us so that we can heal and just be a better person for yourself.
yeah. Because I'm doing my healing process, like I was telling you. My healing progress happened 16 years ago, and now my ex-husband battling with breast cancer, second stage. So, like I told him, I'm being a bigger person, even though you abused me in the past, but I'm being a bigger person to forgive, but never forgotten for what he has done to me. And this is what I told him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I asked him, do you want me to be there when you go through your surgery? And you know what he said? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm putting it in my place. I'm putting it in my heart. Yes, I'll be there. Yes. But that's the farthest it's going to go. I'm going to support. I'm going to forgive. But I can't love. Those are my 3.
I hear you. Oh, she's asking some amazing questions too, Kiana. Thank you. When did you discover you have the gift of writing or love of poetry? So hip hop is my inspiration. Again, I'm from the Bronx, New York. So I grew up around music. And before I actually knew poetry poetry is a form of hip hop, right? And
Right.
before I used to rewrite hip hop songs and put my own twist to it. Like, so if it was about a boy, I would write about a girl, vice versa. If the song was around girls or just something, I would just kind of mix it into my own thing. But then I used to have writing classes and I would do poetry. But what really made me do it, and I said earlier in the show, was that I did my first poem about my abusive relationship on stage. And when I got the reaction from other women stating, wow, you're telling my story. And then I got the reaction from men like, what? Where's he at? What do you mean? He put you to this. So it was like, I realized that I could be the voice for other people. So once I realized that, that's when I decided to make it a career. It took a few years. You go through your thing in life and you stop. But for the past 7 years, I've been consistent. And I have my workshops, and I'm sorry for my little grandpuppy in the back making all that noise.
Well,
I guess he has something to say too. But so the love of poetry really came from hip hop, and then once I knew that it could be created it was a healing tool for me, and I can help other people at the same time. That's when it became more of a passion. So thank you for your
Yeah.
question.
And I'm sorry, that was my dog. I guess he heard your dog because I have it on the speaker, so he responded. So I can't say no. That's just hilarious. I'm like, okay, your dog was barking first, and then mine turned around and barked like,
It was.
okay, like
That's what they do.
they talking to
Uh-huh.
dogs talk to
Yeah.
either they singing or they talking. But yeah, so man, it's an honor. And like I said before, when you spoke about your book, the highlights, the memories, the back in the memory lane. When I first heard memory lane, I was thinking about Minnie Riperton when she was singing back down memory lane. And I
Uh-huh.
said, this is
Absolutely.
you,
Yes.
this is you.
Hmm.
So I want to congratulate you.
Thank
You're gonna
you.
have to get her books. You guys, please, I'm asking, please go get her book. You can
Yeah.
find it on Amazon. You can find it at Target stores. You can even find it at Walmart. Back
Everything is
down.
online right now. We're working on getting in the actual physical store, but everything is online. The link is in my bio for Amazon. And if you just Google Kim Goodlook Seabrook, you see quite a few things. My business, The Good Looking Books, where I also help you publish your own book and bring your book to creative life. And yeah, so I'm doing quite a few things. So if you follow me and stay in tune, you'll be able to see a lot of what I
Now,
got
I
going.
do have a question. Are you going to have a documentary movie pretty soon?
There's no telling what happened. So
I would love that. Anybody who knows any production, we need her bio. We need her movie to be out. It's a documentary of hers. We got to have it out, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, her name is Kim Seabrook. You
yes.
can follow her right now. Find out what all details when she coming out. Are you doing any book signings right now? Like,
I
are you
just had a
doing any?
huge book signing for my birthday, November 23rd. So I had it on the 19th actually, and it was so amazing. But I'll do another one after the new year, probably in a different location or things like that. And Kiana's asking if I would have, I have the desire to write more books. Oh, I have more books, and actually I already published 3 books. So one is, I'll announce it here. Well, the first one was my coloring book for my nephew in honor of my nephew for his birthday. I did it just like a birthday gift for him. That was the first one that I worked on. The second book is Memory Lane, and my third book that I haven't really promoted yet because I really wanted to do like this special presentation was a breast reduction journal. It's a guided journal. So I had my breast reduction November 1st, and yeah, so I'll just announce that here. And it's already been selling, and I haven't even promoted it yet, so that's a good thing. I've noticed that there was nothing out there really for women in breast reduction. There was a few, but not what I felt like I would have wanted. So that's what I created. So yeah, and I got some other children's books that are written. They just have to be put together with artwork and things. There's a lot of things I got going on. So yes, Kiana Williams. I definitely have the desire, and it will be some more things. Absolutely.
Kiana Willis must be into my notes because that's everything I had about to ask you. Kiana already. But thank
And
you,
thank you,
Kiana, for reading my
Diamond Hood
mind.
Grown. Thank you, Diamond Hood Grown. Yes, overcoming. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a
Yeah.
journey, but I would not take anything back that has happened in my life. I would do it all over again exactly the way that it happened so that I can be where exactly I'm at today.
Now, what would you tell the younger you of
Um,
today?
well, just keep doing what you're doing, make your mistakes, mess up, learn from them, and you watch where you'll be in 20 years from now. So you're going to make some mistakes, you're going to F up, you're going to do a whole bunch of dumb things, but it's okay because in the future, you're going to be able to help other people. So don't worry about it. Keep going.
Wow. And hey, that another question I would love to ask. Kiana, stop reading my head. She's in my mind. This is my main question. I love to tell everybody, what is your best advice to give any youth, any adult, people who's battling mental illness, people who's battling with children with autism, what is the best advice you can give them?
Well, I think the main thing is to just let people know that they're not alone. That's what everybody goes through. They think that they're going through all these things. Oh, I lost my job, or I broke up, he cheated on me, or she's not letting me see my kids. You're not alone. I think you need to find a safe space, and they are available. There are so many organizations out there. There are so many people who are willing to help. There are so many people who are willing to listen. We just need to find it. Sometimes we have all these negative things that are around us, like, oh, everybody drinking, everybody partying, instead of us focusing on the healing aspect of our lives and focusing on where's the help at, because the help is definitely out there. So you just need to be able to want to find that and not find the other direction. You know what I mean? Because when we're going through things, we want to drink, we want to party, we want to get, take this whole to another level where there's other things that we could be doing to get the assistance that we need to heal.
Yes. Excuse the noise back there. I
No,
love
okay.
it. I hear my kids and I'm like, wait a minute. Don't y'all know I'm on live? But yes. Oh my God, that is so positive for everybody. I hope everybody took heed to what Miss Kim Seabrook is talking to you all about, because I'm taking heed. I'm taking heed. I'm going to replay this 15 times on my YouTube channel.
No.
You all cannot catch it right now. Please catch it on my YouTube channel. Bonnie Chambers, that's it. Bonnie Chambers.
You heard that,
Interview.
Bonnie Chambers, that's it. So, yes.
So, tell the people how to follow you.
Yes, so right here, Good Look Seabrook, that's my IG. I have the goodlookingbooks.com as well. If you want to go on the website, you can purchase my book on there. You get a signed autographed book. Also have tote bags on there that says the Good Looking Books. You can find me on Facebook, Kim Seabrook. Yeah, those are really the main two outlets that I use. But I am here. I am always a shoulder to lean on if I can help, as long as it ain't taking away my energy and I can fill my cup up back. I'm always here to help anybody. So
positive mind, and I always tell everybody this, and if y'all haven't followed me and you all have not been listening to my podcast interview, and this is one of the importance why I always say this: positive mind is everything. Positive mind, positive energy, and you cannot let nobody take your joy away from you.
Right.
You know what? You all heard it from Miss Kim. Now y'all heard it from me. We are telling you all the truth. Positive mind, positive energy. You can't let nobody take your joy away from you, because if you do, you're gonna let your guards down.
Right.
Am I right, Kim?
Yep. Absolutely. It just takes away from you. So it's important that even if you are giving, that you take the time for yourself to fill your cup back up. That's the most important thing. Because even in an environment where you're helping other people, it still could be very draining. So all I'm saying is that when you are doing stuff like that, just take that moment to give back to yourself.
And it could be anybody. It could be your friends. It could be your worst enemy. It could be your family member. Still, you got to keep a smile on your face, chest up, head up.
Absolutely.
And guess what? Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I ain't going to let this devil get to me. I'm not even going to let this person get to me.
Well, here's the thing. It's not even letting them get to you. You need to learn how to balance that. If you feel like these people, whether they're blood or not, work related or not, like, you need to know how to distance yourself. I've lost a lot of people during this journey. That's all I'm going to say. And it's okay. You will lose people during your journey. So because you have to protect yourself. So that's okay. So
and protect your heart at all given costs, because I'm protecting men at so many different levels, and people like, open your heart. My heart is open. It's just I don't allow. Excuse me. Excuse me again. No, I'm not having no coronavirus again. I rebuke that.
Well, I don't even think that, the cold, I can't stand, and not saying you, but,
allergy
the first thing
season.
people say, no, it's not corona. No kidding. The cold still exists. The flu still exists. Allergies exist. Like, something could have went down the wrong pipe. Like, please stop saying that automatically to people, especially myself. So it's, I'm coughing. Okay, it's okay. Here, would you like some water? That's all. Like, it's okay if you cough, sweetheart. You are in your presence, your home. Like, it's okay. You don't have to say that.
But yes, and because one day I was on my life and I wanted to cut everything off. One day I was on my life and I was coughing, coughing, coughing. And somebody said, uh-oh, Bonnie got the coronavirus. And sure enough, the
Mm.
end around this time of season, I couldn't spend no time with my grandbaby for Christmas. I couldn't do anything. So I had caught the coronavirus and thank God I got all 5 shots.
No. Well, Eddie, yeah, that's a whole nother thing that I won't even talk about. But yeah, I'm a health person, so I don't do things like that. But to each his own. If
I
that's what
know,
feels like to help you, then so be it. But yeah.
well, it helped, but then it didn't help. So I'm like, what was the purpose of me getting
Exactly. That's what I said. I don't even want to get into. That's a whole nother topic, and I don't feel like getting banned off this live because they will cut me off like they used to do on my
Oh
news
no,
show.
no,
So yeah,
no, we're gonna change that subject. But
yep.
anyway, but like I always say, we are strong
Hmm.
African American women. We've been through. Kiana, she was another young lady. She's a sister to me, and Kiana been through domestic as well,
Hmm.
sexual abuse as well. So have I.
Hmm.
And we always had this little group talking about, how do we put them in effect to our identity to hide it? It's nothing to hide no more.
Hmm.
We over it.
Hmm.
We are over it. We got open hearts, but we close our hearts in the same token if we meet somebody,
Hmm.
you know. So you
Well,
can't open up to
that's all a process too, and learning how to love again. So it's a
yeah.
process without feeling like
And
you're
I
going to
thought
be
it was just me.
taken advantage of.
Right. Right. And I thought it was just me with a closed heart, but Kiana, she had a closed heart as well. And I'm like, wow, I thought it was just I was the only one. And it was getting so deep with it until when you said, no, learn how to forgive and
Hmm.
never forget. And I want to say thank you, Queen.
Hmm. You're welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Thank you
having
for
me.
opening me up. And thank you
You're
for
welcome.
putting the light on my eyes so I won't have to feel that freedom, feel like, oh, if I be with this person,
Wait, I'm
this
sorry,
person,
Bonnie. Does that say gossiping heifers?
yes, either that's
Hey,
Rocky
I
or
love it.
Michelle.
Okay.
Yes, I
That's
think
what's
that's
up.
either Rocky or Michelle. But yes, those girls, they helped me.
Hmm.
And when they helped me, it was like, wow, you strong. Yeah, I can be strong, but just a few months ago, I was weak into where I had actually opened up to my heart to this young man, and I was supposed to get married to him, and he wedding is off.
Mm.
So that's why I felt so close hearted. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be close hearted again, and
Well,
I'm not gonna open up.
I think close-hearted is probably not like really healthy. I think maybe you should probably think more of the lines where you're just on your own healing journey and learning to put more love into yourself. So maybe instead of saying being closed-hearted, because being closed-hearted doesn't allow you to give love, and people still need love regardless of whatever the situation is, right? It doesn't mean that you have to open yourself and let somebody take access to your kindness and or your weaknesses and things like that. But I think because words play a big part in your life and in your healing, and that's why I do poetry, and that's why I watch the things that I say or try to correct the things that people tell me because, like, I don't. So, I think if we just focus more on I'm taking this time out to put more love into me versus me saying I'm closed-hearted, because if you're closed-hearted, then you can't love yourself. Right?
But I love myself. I love God.
We're not talking even about God. Let's not even say that,
Right. I
because
love myself
everything
because
is not, and I don't want to, I'm not saying God is within ourselves. What I'm saying is, the first thing, I love God. Yes. Okay. We know that. I'm making a point into where pouring the love into yourself and keeping your heart open for yourself and filling that up. That's all I'm saying, is to try to like watch the words you use, because if you're closed-hearted, then how can you fill your heart up for yourself? Right?
Right.
Okay.
That's, you know what? And I do love people, but I just, it's like to a certain extent.
Well, again, you can't allow access to you can't allow everybody to have access to certain parts of yourself. That's a no-brainer. But just, again, with the words that you use, instead of saying I'm closed-hearted, right now I'm taking the time to fill my own heart up. That's it. That sounds a lot better than being closed-hearted.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not gonna open up to my heart to anybody, but just only to one person. That's myself, because I gotta love me first.
Exactly.
And love my kids, of course, because I had them. If I didn't have
that's
them,
a no-brainer. Forget the kids. We're talking about yourself. Forget the kids. Give to yourself.
Yes. But I do love me,
Right.
and I always tell myself I am beautiful, I am loved,
Right.
I am open, I have positive mind, positive energy, and no one can take that away from me.
Right.
Those words I say every morning when I'm in the mirror,
right.
or when I'm at work and I'm looking at myself at the mirror, like, I am beautiful,
Nice.
I am loved. Positive mind, positive energy. Don't
Right.
let nobody take the joy away.
Exactly.
And that's what I always say every single day. And
Good
every
to
time
hear.
I say something, every time I say that, it's like my day gets better.
Mm-hmm.
There is no argument with
Because
nobody
words are
around.
powerful. The words that you put into your mind, into your heart, are powerful. So again, you're not closed-hearted. You were just taking the time to fill your heart up. That's all, for yourself.
Because I'm building it all up, so when I release it, that special someone gonna have it, and it's like,
right,
wow,
and it's
where
gonna
is this
feel
coming
so
from?
effortlessly, because the love is from him, or whomever is gonna be pouring back into you. So because you already filled your own heart up, so you don't need nobody else to fill your heart up or to make you happy. They're just gonna add to your happiness and to your own self-love. That's how that's gonna work.
Exactly. So tell everybody, how can they find you?
Yes. So one more time, yeah. As you see here on IG, Good Look Seabrook, please follow me, and I will follow back. And Kim Seabrook on Facebook. And again, the website is The Good Looking Books. You can find the link in my bio to purchase any one of my books. And yeah.
Yes, because my book come in Tuesday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I want my book today, but it said no Tuesday. So Tuesday I get my book. So hey.
Well, good. Well, I hope you love it, and I hope it helps. And that's the whole goal of the book.
Oh, I'm gonna have to call you up and like, oh my God, Kim. Oh my God. I'm gonna be the bugaboo. I'm gonna be the little sister that Kim always had.
You won't. You ain't the only one. I love my bugaboos. I have a few of them, but yeah, it's all good. That's what we do. We love on each other. But thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. I appreciate you. And yeah, we'll catch up.
Yes, and Kim, I will give you a call. Matter of fact, I'm give you my personal number. So if I have any questions or anything, if I want to put you on power too, I'm gonna give you a call and say, "Sis, come on, let's go." So yes, I wanted to say thank you, thank you, and thank you everybody for joining in.
Yes, thank you.
I wanted to say I appreciate every one of you all. Hope everybody share this live, because I can't see what's going on, because I only see 3 people on here, and I don't even know how many.
I don't know. Well, it says we have 6 viewers, so I don't know who's still in or not, but that's what it says, 6 right now. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you, Kim, and I love you, sis, and salute to you once
Yes,
again. I'm
you
giving you
too.
your roses. Why are you here?
Thank you.
Because you are strong African American queen, and I
Thank
wanted
you
to
so
say
much.
thank you for spreading the word of memory lane. And I'll
Yeah.
be glad when my book comes so I can read it 24/7. And my daughter steals one of my books. I'm gonna have to give her that book and I'm getting me another one. But no, I'm gonna buy her another book on for next week. So I
Okay.
know if she tastes it, I'm like, look, you know what? I'm not finished with this book, but when I get done, matter of fact, I will order you a book for
Right,
Christmas.
right.
That'd be a nice Christmas gift for her. So
Yes,
she
absolutely.
went through the same scenario with depression. So this is gonna help her as a
Mm-hmm.
teenager, 16 years old.
Mm,
You know, this is gonna help her mind frames like even better. So thank you,
awesome.
Kim, so much.
Yes,
And I love you. And I wanted to say good night to everybody. Don't forget positive mind, positive
that's
energy. Do
right.
not let anybody take your joy away from you because your
Absolutely.
brain is you. So
Yep.
I wanted to say good night.
Good
And I
night.
love you.
Love you too.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Hmm. Oh my freak. Tyra.